to ask myself some questions.
These are the sort of things people don't think about and end up being more complicated than originally anticipated.
Because this tweeter is very specifically mounted in this stock bracket. There's not a lot of options. Hello everybody and welcome back in the Chevy K3500. Today we're doing a little bit of a quality of life kind of improvement on this. My speakers are still stock speakers and they've been on their way out for a long time. They started to go downhill and they went in a hurry. It becomes very clear very quickly that they are not accurately reproducing any of the sounds at all. Songs I've listened to regularly just sound off at best. So let's go ahead and update them with these guys and see what we can do. Okay, I'm gonna start by removing this door panel here. Should be pretty straightforward, I believe. This guy, you've just got to kind of pop up and out of place very, very carefully. And then it should slide backwards, just like that. I know that because I once broke this. I'll show you once I get it popped out here. Got some wiring on the back side that needs undone carefully. And I'll go ahead and reach down in and release each of these. It's a little hard to see. There we go. And you can kind of see what that little plug there looks like. So I went in and I pushed with the screwdriver. You can see right there where it's all torn up a little bit. Just push down on that and release that tab. It's just like that. And then, bam, another one undone. Now here's where it gets tricky in different ways. So this, for the most part, should just kind of pull away and pop off. Yep, just like that. These are very old clips though, so you've got to be very, very careful as much as you can. Try to pull as close to each one of these clips as possible and just work your way around. Oh, I almost forgot our little marker light here. This guy you just go at with a flathead screwdriver, bam, just like that, pop your light out. So up here there are two screws in the actual grab handle area. You need to pop each of those free. Ta-da! Now I am planning on dealing with things like this vapor barrier and that random screw up there and sound deadening. I want to replace door lock actuators. I want to make the windows run smoother and faster, all sorts of stuff. But that's just not a project for today. Today we're going to get the sound, audio working. That way I have something to listen to over the winter, and projects like that will be overtaken next summer. Let's take a closer look at this thing. You know, I was actually pretty surprised to see that this surround still seems to be in one piece. It is a paper cone. You can see it's like deflected, it's all wobbly and wavy. It's not very cone shaped. Ooh yeah, take a listen to that. You can hear it scraping. So our voice coil is toast on this guy. Let's pop it out and move on with our life. Now this is the mounting that I think might end up being a little bit tricky. You can see more of my repair down in there too. Because this has got a pretty specific little twist. And pop it right out. Stock tweeter removed. But the main thing I wanted to look at here was our mounting options. Because this tweeter is very specifically mounted in this stock bracket. There's not a lot of options. I'm not even sure whether or not I can actually remove that. I think I'm going to figure out how to affix this from behind, which lowers the overall height to pretty much perfect. There's plenty of space on the back side of this, but not so much space on the top. I'll take this stuff inside and work on it here in a bit. Let's go ahead and focus on the woofers right now. Pretty hopeful that these will just plug right in with maybe our adapter plate here. But a lot of these extra bump outs going around here seem to be actually causing me problems.
These are the sort of things people don't think about and end up being more complicated than originally anticipated. So right here on our door, you can see we've got a bump up here. And that's what our adapter ring here is wanting to run into. We've got bumping issues. this way around, I think I can grab one of these tabs and this tab, and those are slotted, so I can bring the speaker down to this corner a little bit. And it doesn't quite reach this one, but I think with a big washer, I can make that happen. And that'll get us through for now. Ultimately, I'll probably do like little riv nuts or something if I find myself in here a lot. I do have a little riv nut gun, and that would work pretty dang okay. But again, it's beyond the scope of today's project. Yeah, that'll work. One screw, two screws. I can live with that. And I've got our reinstallation screws for now for this speaker. Like I said, all of this is temporary. I just kind of have a couple screws lightly holding everything together. None of the seals between this and this, or this and the door panel, are good yet, but this is still going to be a major upgrade from what we had before. If we take our original tweeter here, and then this thing just gets a little bit of a twist, that's what these little guys are. It's just little grab spots. Bam. Snap it into place, something like that. Now, it works really great, and I actually would like to reuse that if possible. So I'm going to see if I can figure out how to maybe salvage this mounting bracket and just remove this tweeter. So I've got a Dremel here with a cutoff wheel. We're just gonna start cutting, see what happens. So we've got our bracket here done up, back of our new bracket to kind of live like that on there. So now I should just be able to glue it all up and we should be good to go. So I took a look at the actual door card itself here, and this is where the handle is that you grab. And there is a pocket, because the entire shape of the door panel kind of goes out and then dives in down here next to these little flaps. So I believe I can get away with installing this somewhere in this vicinity. Just have to be careful of our door lock wires there. And it should tuck quite nicely right there. And I've got a decent path to follow for all of my speaker leads. I'm gonna run a new chunk of wire from the woofer wire up to this location for the feed, and then from here back down to the woofer, and from here over to the tweeter. That should give us a baseline here to work with. Nice, pretty flat. I'm gonna do a little pre-drill here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 marks. I've actually got these pretty long screws, but they should only just poke out from our crossover here. I've got this bump out here. I've checked on the back side, there's nothing in the way, nothing moves across this section, so I should be good even with those poking out. There is the crossover mounted. Now we just gotta run all the wiring. So here's my proposed path for this wire. Got it coming right over here from the tweeter, or from the crossover, I mean, following this other bundle. I'll just use little zip ties for now. And this comes all the way down, drops in with the original harness, comes out at the woofer, just like the original wiring would. And then I'm going to have another little chunk that'll run from here to where the tweeter wiring is, just to match it and have all of our interconnects in place. All right, we've got our crossover wired up. Our wiring ran to the correct locations. We've got a feed right here, matches the length of our tweeter wire like that. And we've got
two wires down here, one that's going to take our initial feed, take it over to the crossover, and the other one that's going to be looping back down to here to feed the subwoofer, just the woofer, yes, the door speaker. All right, so down here at the woofer, I have to ask myself some questions. I've got this adapter here, but this is the stock bit of wiring for this truck. This will plug right into the paper cone that we had previously, right here into this funny little connector. We're never going back to stock speakers, so I don't think that's important to retain. So I think I'm going to just cut this connector off. I'm short on connectors in general right now, but this is a temporary upgrade. Eventually this will be replaced with this nicer speaker wire as well. Much bigger gauge, allow more power through. But for now, I'm using this to get our signal to here until our full audio upgrade down the road. So trim this, cut this, and wire nut those together. Yes, I know, wire nuts, the worst thing ever. That's what I have available to me right now. I'll hook this one right up to our new speaker. And an important bit here is making sure your positive is still positive, which in my case, positive is tan and negative is gray. And this wire is nice because it actually has positives marked. Makes life really easy. A little tug test on each conductor, and we're good to go. Now to make sure that this stays kind of out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead and take my woofer wire and zip tie right to that. So these all stay together, they don't travel anywhere else in the door. Again, nice little flush cut. And I'll use my adapter here and cut these and wire nut them on to effectively adapt it to the new spades that I need for the woofer, and that'll get us taken care of for now. Not ideal, wire nuts everywhere, but it'll get us up and functional in the meantime. There we go. Upon a quick listen, everything seems to be working great. I mean, great. This is already a major upgrade with just the one side done. I'm really excited. I'm gonna go do the other one. Amazing how big of a difference this makes. This is a huge, huge upgrade, and I am super excited to finally get it done. This is, like I said before, just a temporary upgrade. I have a lot better things planned for this audio system. So we have one more thing checked off of the list on the truck for the time being. Down the road, we will be doing a full audio system in this thing, custom subwoofer boxes, a pair of 10s. We're gonna redo all the speaker wiring throughout, as well as a head unit and outboard amp upgrade. So stay tuned for that. Until then, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Comment down below what you think the most important part of an audio system is. For me, I think that the head unit is going to be a pretty big portion of it. I understand that the DACs are supposed to be significantly better, but I mean, if you're running stock speakers like this, I'm going to say that this might be the most important part. I don't know. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Till then, I'll catch you guys in the next one.